as we started moving into marketing, we were discovering that the best way to get a deal instantly is either through telemarketing or door knocking. And both of those, you really have to have pretty thick skin. We would run these events and everybody would be fired up. Charge! Yeah, I'm knocking on doors. And we call them like a week later. Not a chance. So I was basically wondering, what could I possibly do to make this easier for people? So I came up with the hybrid version, and it's great how this came together. I'm actually a trustee for a number of different properties. So whenever they get served summonses and whatnot, then it automatically comes to me also. So I'm running late, for a SREC meeting. I've got myself wrapped up in the towel. I just downstairs shower, I got to run upstairs and go ahead and get the clothes on, and all of a sudden I stub my toe, and I look out the window and there's something flapping out on my door. And I'm like, what in the world is that? So I go out there and I rip it down, and it's just a piece of paper, and it just says, Dear Derek, we tried to deliver our package to you. Please give us a call. This is phenomenal. This is a mold of what can be done, but you can definitely take it to the next level. And I would like to also tell you that, this is for primarily notice defaults and looking for lease options and short sales, but it doesn't have to be limited to that. You can do expireds utilizing this. You can go ahead for sale by owner. The premise is, and I'm going to give you the quick idea, is that you're trying to get somebody to call you because you have something of value. So in my area, we are judicial, so my package is full of civil documents. Yours in trustee states could be informative. It could be mortgage timelines, it could be options, it could be anything. And to take this even just like a wild tangent further, I got a buddy of mine that's in, he does home security sales. He says, boy, I wish I could do something like that. I'm like, duh, you can't. All you need is a solid package that you know very well, and then let them know that that package is there for pickup. Works every time. So with that being said, the reason why it is pizza delivery is because when I beta tested this with one of our advanced students to see if it would work outside of myself. And she laughed and said, well, it's just like a pizza delivery marketing, you get leads in 30 minutes. As soon as you stick it up on the door, when someone opens that door, which is usually if you do 10, you're going to get somebody to answer. 30 minutes or less, someone's going to be calling you. And we're going to go break down these steps. All right, the first one is to determine your sweet spot. If you don't understand where houses are selling, or a market that's favorable to what you're doing, you've already set yourself behind the 8 ball. So you need to determine where your sweet spot is. A sweet spot is a place where home sales are leveling off, that you know that you can go ahead, you can pull low comps, you can pull high comps. So it doesn't matter if you're doing short sale, lease to own, if you have rentals, it's an area that is favorable for real estate. And this is one way. I like to specialize in notice of defaults. It's something that I've been doing for a long time. I definitely have a comfort level with that. And if I go right online, Cuyahoga County has been, for one of the few things that they've been honored with. I mean, we're most known for our crooks, but we have a fantastic website for pulling up docs. And the clerk of courts right here is an example. If you go ahead and put in a particular zip code, you get all of the notice of defaults that are active. And the names are blocked out to protect the innocent, but you can see that you have everything that you need, that you would need. You have a name, an address, you even have the case number. The next step is to go ahead and find somebody to go ahead and post these notes up there. That's my pizza guy. That's actually my girlfriend's son. So he just for a few bucks, he's happy as heck. So I give him the list. He goes ahead and slaps up on the door and bebops his way back to the car and goes off to the next place. I showed him how to plan the route. It's not a very hard thing to do. There's all kinds of different software out there. All right, then you have the delivery, like I said, he just goes up there, puts the tape notice up on the door. We use just regular standard clear packing tape. And there it is. There's one example. Now, since I've rolled this out, there's been many different variations. And of course, everybody's area is a little bit different, but I'll tell you what, that actually is kind of condensed to a 5x6. But what I end up doing is I just print them out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and just go ahead and make 4. So the code is, you go ahead and take the call. We're not looking to sell anything. All we're looking to do is set the appointment. So at this point, the phone call comes in, and I say something to the effect, hello, actually somebody calls, hey, I got a sticker on my door. And I'll say, yes, my name is Walkush. I'm from the Walkush Group, LLC. I am giving free information to homeowners that may need information to go ahead and resolve any kind of situation. And so they'll be like, that's really kind of vague. And so then at that point, they'll end up asking, well, what is all in this package? Well, we've understood that you have a civil filing against you. At this point, it is imperative to do something about it. And inside this package, it will, for free, tell you what to do and what the next steps that are available to you. Well, all right, well, can you just mail it to me? No, actually the paperwork is very, very detailed. And at this point, I think it's best that I send a real estate professional over to explain this to you. All right, so what do you get out of this? Like, well, what we want to do is we, as a service to the community, we want to make sure that you're informed to everything that is available to you. And yes, you know, some of those options do include our company. But if not, if you don't use our company, then I would expect you to refer us over to somebody else. All right. So when can we set that appointment? When you get the appointment, you're off and running. Create the packet. This is my packet. There are many packets like it. You can create your own. My stop foreclosure packet contains a leave to clean, which is available on all of these documents that I have obtained are available through the various county websites. So I did not create this. A lawyer did not create them. They are actually available online for free, but they're usually hidden and tucked away where most people will never find them. All I've done is collected the data, the research for them. So let me make this very abundantly clear. Although these are legal documents, I am only providing information. If you need further assistance with creating documents or making any changes to those, do not call me. Call a lawyer. Just by having these type of documents, if you're in a civil, judicial state, you've already set yourself apart from probably 90% of the lawyers out there because you already have a working knowledge of what needs to be done. So that person now has earned your respect. And you've also showed them that there are more options than possibly selling a house. Now ultimately, if I feel that everything is right, I want this deal, just like it says in Sales Mastery, I'm going to go ahead and walk them down the path of discovery. And I have objection busters to every single one of what they're going to say. And you're like, well, how do you know that? Well, it's because they ask the same questions every single time. So if you already know what they're going to say, you can plan in advance. The steps are just extremely easy to follow. You get the sellers to call, you set up the appointment, you hand over the information, you let the sellers check themselves out, you walk them down the path of discovery, you do the follow-up, you conduct a short sale and a lease option. So one of the things that I just really wanted to reinforce is not all of us have the bravery to knock on the door. Not all of us may even have the time to do the telemarketing. I mean, because even a greatly successful telemarketing campaign, you're looking at 2 hours, maybe an hour, and you may get 8 meal. When you're able to send somebody out for $7, and then you just sit back and wait for it, the only thing you have to do is craft the message to set the appointment. And that's it. you.